Beautiful day in the harbour city. Just a smear of high cloud over the top of ANZ at the moment as Canterbury prepare to come out and endeavour to win their fourth match of the year and break a losing sequence of 4 on the trot. And while Canterbury try to do that and avoid the wooden spoon, the Sharks will be desperate not only to win but win by plenty. They're involved in what shapes as a battle to grab a top 4 spot in the finals, and a win today would bring them level on points with the Raiders, the Knights and Manly, but they trail each of those 3 clubs by a wide margin on points differentials. Peter Sterling, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Ray. Yeah, plenty of expectation around this Cronulla, so we keep calling them dark horses. I don't know how long you can call them that far before we regard them as a true premiership contender, which I believe that they are. And there's a bit of pressure on just in regard to other results this weekend. The 2 sides immediately above them, Newcastle and Manly on the ladder, and the 2 behind them, Parramatta and the Tigers, have all won this weekend. So they need to keep winning these kind of games to keep in touch and certainly have sights on that top 4 finish.
So the Sharks on their way out, and of course Josh Morris up against his old club for the first time. Probably the only time this year, because they're not destined to meet again before the end of the regular season. Brian Britton Nakora, there's young Sherry, this whiz kid out in the centre, 6 tries in his last 4 games. It's my first live viewing of him. I've been watching him on television. He's been outstanding, and here's the man of the moment. It's a big day for Aidan Tolman, his 250th, and accompanied by his children. He debuted for the Storm in 08. He played 53 times for them, including a grand final win. He came to the Dogs in 2011. And today is game 197 for Canterbury. And he's only one of 2 remaining from the grand final team, beaten by Souths in 2014. He's a front rower, and I got the surprise of my life at an anniversary dinner here at ANZ for their 20th year. I got to talk to Aidan. He's not that big for a bloke that wears number 8.
Well, he plays big and he plays long minutes. And he's a great competitor. Wonderful club man. We heard Dean Page talk about him a little bit earlier as to what a great influence he is around this club. Young players coming through. Look at his work ethic, and it would be fitting if the Dogs can win just their 4th game of the season as he plays 250. He deserves one that is memorable.
As I said, he won a grand final with Melbourne. He's played in 2 losing Canterbury grand final sides, and a very likeable young man, born up at Kempsey, played some of his juniors at Smithtown. Nick Meaney is on the wing for this match today, paving the way for Dallin Watene-Zelezniak to play fullback. Dallin, captain New Zealand last weekend. In fact, I think they had about 6 players involved in rep football. So Ben Cummins, he gets us underway, and the ball going high rather than long, and it comes down to Wade Graham, who'll play the ball back on his own 20-metre line. Brayley is the dummy half. And here's a run for the 16 for the Sharks. Jack Williams comes from the high country, up around Cooma, in fact born at Pambula down on the coast. Brett White, of course, probably the best known of the boys from Cooma. Sam Williams, of course. Here's Paul Gallen then taking a run, and he carries the ball something like 10 metres up towards halfway, where he's tackled by Tolman. Now Johnson rakes one perfectly between the fullback Watene-Zelezniak and Nick Meaney. And so DWZ brings it out towards the 20. As Remus Smith centre ground on his own 20-metre line. Sun only reaching a small proportion of the crowd on the eastern side of the ground. On William Hopewadi, made by Jack Williams. in the starting side. Jack Williams for the Sharks. Hamlin Ueli was named to start, but he's coming off the bench. There's Cogger driving a ball down into the corner for Moylan, and it's gone to Sherry.
A strong carry back there from the young man. Paul Gallen just making his way slowly back from the halfway line. And talking about front rowers there, big afternoon for Dylan Napa as well. A bit of criticism for Dylan after Origin 2. Not as much involvement as Kevin Walters would have liked. He comes back to club level now, and an opportunity to impress his Origin coach.
The young tearaway Bronson Sherry came to the centre, playing on the wing. I'd like to see him get over to the right side and play with Johnson, Britton Nakora. Drop ball by Moylan.
So this will give Canterbury a good chance. They'll take the ball from the scrum about 2 metres on Cronulla's side of halfway.
Yeah, the other effect there, Joey, as we see Cronulla come up with an error, that means that Josh Dugan plays over at right centre. They still get the feeling that John Morris, who we see on screen alongside assistant coach Jim Dimmick, is still looking for the magic formula as to where just all of these players are best served.
One more. You need a lock. Hold it, boys. Okay, all heads in now. Hold it. Okay, shot clock off, ball in. Stay in. Out.
So Canterbury coming up with the football, and it's Josh Jackson on the 40-metre line. And they're coming down, or they're going down the middle of the park. Harawira Naira had a handle, and Tolman has now got it, but he's also got some defence working on him. 3 Sharks piling him into the ground. Happy 250th. Cogger puts on a sprint. Just beyond the 30-metre line, there goes Leisha down towards 20. Good metres, in fact he's probably run something like 12. Put down by Gallen and Pryor. And then from Tolman it's gone away through Smith and found Cogger. And it's out there with Harawira Naira. Just outside the 10-metre line. Good. Plenty of time to put this kick up. And they've got themselves a 4-pointer out of it.
Yeah.
And I think it's William Hopewadi that scored the try.
Yeah, it is. It was almost uncontested. I don't even think he had to climb high at all with that one. Kieran Foran kicking out of dummy half, so everybody was on side. And on the Isuzu D-Max replay, plenty of Cronulla jerseys there, and William Hopewadi, he just plucked it out in front of everybody else.
Yeah, it's so much time then, Kieran Foran. The markers just didn't pressure Kieran Foran at all. It's a beautiful kick, lands it on the spot. But have a look at the markers. They just sit back and watch him execute the kick. No pressure whatsoever. Lockie?
Well, normally those kicks are for the centres out on the halves. That one there landed on Wade Graham's head, but Josh Morris, he was too far out by the time he got to the contest. Hopewadi just wanted it more. So the Bulldogs, it's the start they wanted.
Wonderful kick by Foran. I was amazed at the amount of time that they gave him to set himself for the kick. Nick Meaney then.
It was almost like everybody for Cronulla thought, well, someone else would do it. Markers, then under the ball. Conversion successful, 6-0 Bulldogs.
Just make sure we time it here, boys. Just wait for the whistle, Josh. Time you run. Time on.
William Hopewadi then, the try scorer, to open the scoring for both sides. First try scorer, William Hopewadi, converted by Nick Meaney, and Tolman brings the ball back out 10 metres from his own line. Hopewadi played in that rep round for Tonga. That's Smith in 13 for Canterbury, and he lost ground after doing probably getting it out towards about the 20-metre mark, and then the defence won the battle and forced him back. Play just inside the 20 for Dylan Napa. Chris Smith with a run, trying to burrow his way as far forward as he can. They've got to get out of his danger zone. And Cogger keeps it low and long, and it's found the line about 28 metres out from the Canterbury line.
Nice kick there. It was like a one-wood. Just drove right through it. Geez, the ground's looking good, Nick, isn't it? It's like carpet. Look at this. Gets right through the ball, low and hard. Beautiful kick.
So the stage is set for a decider here on this very ground that Andrew's talking about. State of Origin 3. The winner takes it all. Wednesday, July 10. And go to nrl.com/tickets to secure your seat today. So Canterbury, as expected, or Cronulla, as expected, winning the scrum. Matthew Pryor was taken in a good tackle there by Tolman. He said that he pulled his pants down, and he did. Here's Gallen. Brayley goes to the blind side. And Johnson, he put a double pump on that, and it looked fractionally forward to Nakora. Picked up low by Townsend, given away to Graham. Moylan joined in, wasn't required. Morris with the ball. 12 out, 5 tackles gone for the Sharks, and it's with Moylan, then to Townsend. He puts a long ball on. Oh, good tackle on an open rib cage.
Leave it there, guys.
That's Montoya coming up, and there was good line speed. The vast majority of that set of 6 defensively from the Bulldogs. Harawira and Naira raced up, some heavy contact. And this one, Montoya, he knew that the pass was going to be a difficult one from Nakora, and he went up and took advantage.
This is Meany. Now Hopper one.
Offloads for the Bulldogs in the opening 8 minutes.
Make it here, come on, make it.
Tolman. They're playing the type of football that some would describe as nothing to lose football, so why not? Harawira Naira, a recent addition to the Canterbury ranks. Here's Cogger taken by Wade Graham. He, of course, carries a very popular surname, particularly out of western suburbs. They fly high, the ball comes down. Harawira Naira, Napa, and throws a long ball. It bounces. Smith puts a kick on it. It's fielded in goal by Moylan, and he's ordered them out to the 20 for the restart.
Dylan Napa with a 20-metre cutout.
Yeah, probably wasn't needed that wide. He was better off going to the man next to him and eventually get out there to take advantage of it. But the pass hit the ground and allowed the Cronulla defence to slide across and cover.
Played by Fecky. And that's Dugan with the head bandage. Gallen, a gain of about 7 metres. Handled there by Foran and Tolman in defence. Oh, that's unfortunate. Townsend's pass was knocked down by one of his own players from memory, but it's now with Remus Smith. He drives back infield to the 30-metre line, 10 metres in from the western side. Jackson. Leisha then. Sending it out to Dylan Napa. It's 12 metres out from the line. Canterbury, after 10 minutes, leading 6-0. Leisha, it's come to Cogger, and he tries to do it himself. He's 5 away, taken by Pryor, and he rakes at the arm, and he wasn't square. So the penalty goes to Canterbury.
Josh, what do you want to do? Taking the 2, Benny.
You're going to take the 2, so we'll take a break.
He hasn't done enough, mate, okay, so. You're making the same when you ask him a question.
I'm asking you a question.
Okay, and I've told you.
But when's it
running
clearly the mark supposed to go through his legs?
Okay, the marker, you've got to let him play a bit there. If he runs out a fair distance, Paul,
So Nick Meaney has got a penalty shot from close range, about 12 metres out and about 24 metres in.
That's not a penalty. In my mind, Joey, if you pick the ball up and you look to get out of dummy half, you're fair game as you shape to pass.
What was he saying to Paul Gallen then, the referee?
That you have to give some leniency or something?
Let him play or something?
Yeah, it's... As if the marker is square, which I believe he was there, if the dummy half picks up and picks it up off the ground and moves out of the dummy half area...
The ball's out of the ruck, isn't it?
Then you can play at him. So he's
It's out of
square
the
there.
ruck. I'm not quite sure. I thought Cummins penalised him for not being square.
Well, if he did, fair enough.
So Cronulla with Josh Dugan
Time you run
to
again.
get us going again. 12 gone. And
Whenever you're ready, Josh.
8-0 in favour of the Bulldogs.
Did Freddie say Josh Dugan got split in the warm-up?
Aidan Coleman.
Here it is, Jaden.
The kick return.
Go.
It's 15 metres away from his own line. Watene Zelezniak. Darren.
Yeah, they were down 20-0 last week against the Raiders, the last game, the Sharkies, and they haven't started well again today. That would be a concern for the coach. They're 2 from 4 with the ball. The Bulldogs look like they'll be 7 from 7, so great start for the Dogs.
Tolman spinning out of a couple of tackles, playing the ball near halfway, and again Cogger is able to get a kick in, bounces straight up in front of Fecky. Fecky carries the ball back to the 20-metre line. Play in the middle of the ground. Sherry around the legs. Josh Jackson, Hopewadi up the top. Now for Graham, reaching 30. They've won their last 5 against the Dogs, Cronulla. But I noticed that prior to that, they'd won only 1 from 9 against Canterbury. We're right on the halfway line now, played by Gallen. Townsend gets a kick in. We saw it, quite happy with it. Watene Zelezniak bringing it back just beyond 20. Chemist Warehouse Sunday football. And that's Smith, the winger. Remus. Chris playing at lock. Hopewadi. 3-man Sharks tackle. Pryor racked up one, so did Graham. There's Jackson looking around for an offload, but Josh Morris basically got between the ball and the support player. Hopewadi now with a flick pass, and Smith again runs away from his touchline. Put down by Townsend. Might have been double dipping there, the 7th. Here's Cogger, the other 7. His kick going down and off the hands of Dugan. Picked up by Chris Smith. Backwards off for him, but he's called it back. He's called it back for a changeover.
By the look of the Sharks, they may have been listening to our pre-game when we all tipped the Sharks to win easy. Feels like they've rolled in today thinking they just have to turn up and win, not do that hard work to set the game up. They've been poorly opening 15 minutes, the Sharks.
Fecky. Brayley, Moylan. Moylan with a very good carry. Something like 20 metres there for Matt Moylan. Now Matt Pryor. Napa and Leisha combining in defence. And Brayley goes on to Gallen now. He's looking inside for Townsend. 38 away. On the northern try line. Another guarding the southern end, and this is high for Watene Zelezniak. Will play the ball, the New Zealand captain. It's Montoya. Dugan making the tackle. Meany. And that's a Nakora involved in defence for the Sharks. So Tenny Zalesniak again. And a penalty.
Back in.
Hand on the ball.
Yeah, it's an excellent run there from Tenny Zalesniak on two fronts. Firstly, the energy in the run, and that got him into a position to come up with a quick play the ball. And because that was the case, Cronulla were doing their best to slow him down, so they gave the penalty away.
That hand on the ball ruling often brings a penalty, but you don't have to have your hand on the ball only. If you've got your hands on the arm carrying the ball, it's still considered to be a penalty. That was pretty much the case there. This is Montoya. Now for Foran. Napa. I remember Foran combining in the halves with Sean Johnson in 2014 at Westpac Stadium in Wellington, when New Zealand carved us up. They gave us a real thumping. Jackson. Good yards from the captain. It was a captain's run, wasn't it? And here's Tolman backing him up. Foran goes out to a second man. That bounce is favourable. No, it's forward.
Nice, Jeffrey.
Pass was forward.
Fourth tackle. We've got a scrum here.
Yeah, I was speaking to Darren Lockyer about the back line for the Bulldogs, and he believes that they may need a reshuffle to get the best out of it. Lockie?
Yeah, I just think in today's game, a fullback out the back having a passing game is pretty critical. And Dallin's come to the club. He's new here. He sort of said he wants to play fullback, but I think he needs to create a passing game. Well, I think the other player, Hopewadi, he moved to the back late in the Roosters game a couple of weeks ago, and they just looked a different team. So we'll just keep an eye on it.
Fecky it is. He played the ball.
Even Nick Mooney at the start of the year when he got his shot at fullback.
Yeah, I did a few Canterbury games early in the year, and I thought he was good, the young kid, Nick Meany.
Well, they
It's the Tigers.
with
Playing
Campbelltown. Yeah, he's been in a poor season. I just felt that he's been one of their better players. I really felt for him, pushed onto the wing. I don't think it's a position that's going to suit him at all. And he came to the club looking to play in the #1 jersey and was doing a good job.
Jack Williams. Dylan Napa launched himself and finished up on the broad of his back. This kick might be too long. That's just a shade too heavy. 7 tackle set coming up for Canterbury. They're leading 8-0 after 19 minutes. Sunday football on 9 for Chemist Warehouse. Hopewadi a dummy half. That's Montoya. And picked up Hollis, Bolus and put down by Brayley.
Yeah, they're very bunched at the moment, the Bulldogs, and that allows Cronulla to number up in defence and gang tackling, slow play the balls.
Leisha. He pops the ball to Foran, and Foran comes out the other side. He's got support, and it's Tenny Zalesniak. We just finished talking about him. No need to pass the ball, and he runs about 40 metres to score. DWZ.
Tackle 3. We have a try.
We talk about the skill
grounding
of Kieran Foran. Here's Dallin. He gets over.
About the strength of Foran as well.
What are we looking at?
Dallin Watini Zalesniak maintains possession and grounds the ball. We have a decision.
Yeah, it's nice play. Playing a lot more out of dummy half today, the Bulldogs, with Lucia getting out of dummy half. That's a try. Any quick play the ball around the middle of the field, and it's nice support play. You see Lucia there talking to his men. As soon as the dummy half runs, the halves and fullback has to push up. There he gets one marker, he gets in and behind. Zuzu D-Max replay, that's Kieran Foran. Talk about his skill, but also showing his toughness there. And then Dallin with Tenny Zalesniak supporting through the middle. Nice try, Lana.
Yeah, I thought Leisha did really well to identify that. Kieran Four and his strength was exceptional, but their set plays haven't been working. This is what they need to continue to do, beat teams through the middle. Just sitting down here on the sideline, the two teams are at very different paces, and at the moment, the pace is certainly set by the Bulldogs, and they're a much faster side.
Well, they did haven't turned up, Cronulla. Their attitude in the opening 20 minutes has been really poor.
And you're spot on about Michael Leisha. He's been really good in these opening exchanges, getting out at the right time. His service has been good. He's getting him on the front foot, and that's reflected on the scoreboard.
So Meany will raise the flags from right in front.
Right, and Aaron, time out run here.
Here's our try scorer. The second try of the day for Canterbury, and they've got a 14-0 lead. Cronulla have got a fairly big chase in front of them if they're going to get over the top of them. Darren.
Yeah, after that try, Kieran Foran, in that break that he made, he just was getting a bit of treatment at the halfway line. It was his left hamstring. So if there's an issue there, we'll just keep an eye on it for now.
Aaron Woods is out there now, Ray.
Yeah, Jack Williams has come off. He was getting some attention behind the dead ball line during the procedure of taking a conversion. So Aaron is back from a lengthy break. So they're really getting their best team together, Cronulla, but it hasn't translated to the park today.
Well, when I interviewed Ray Graham before kickoff, I asked him about how they addressed their starts after that 20-0 performance against the Canberra Raiders last up that they trailed by, and he said that they had. Well, they might have spoken about it, and they haven't backed it up with actions.
Sherry playing that ball is Josh Morris. As we pointed out in the preview, his first against his old club today. Played 217 games for the Dogs over a decade. Scored 103 tries. He's the second highest try scorer here at ANZ, behind, I believe, Nathan Merritt. So Cronulla getting into Canterbury territory. Coming down the middle, it was Hamlin Ueli. And it's back with Watene Zelezniak now, so the hyphenated players go back to back. Hamlin Ueli and Watene Zelezniak. And again, it's Watene Zelezniak who plays the ball, and the winger Smith, right wing Remus Smith taking it out. Meany, the other winger, will play the ball on the 30-metre line after being manhandled by Aaron Woods and Wade Graham. Hopewadi dances up to the opposition. Hamlin Ueli. It's a big run, as is this bloke, Dylan Napa. Shovels it down to Sawaso Su, and he does well. Pinches about 12 metres. Leisha, Cogger. Up and down almost into one. Oh, Moylan flew, and it's come down to Hopewadi. He's put himself in the right place again. 15 out, and they restart the tackle count. The ball with Hopewadi, and now with Tolman. Taken by Moylan. That's the 10-metre line, you can see. So they come to the corner, and it's Cogger for Hopewadi. He gets away from a would-be tackle. And that player comes again, Townsend, with Josh Morris. Canterbury with Hopewadi again. Long ball required to get it to Jackson. He goes away to Sue, who tries to fend off Gallen. He's put down with Woods coming in over the top. And Leisha Bringing it back for Tolman. Brayley and Graham and Gallen putting him down. They want him on the ground. 25 gone. 14-0 Canterbury. And a penalty Cronulla.
No, mate, you're stuffing around. Up.
So he's penalised the attacking side.
Yeah, putting the ball on the ground before rising to play it, Aidan Tolman. And that's not a good sign. Darren Lockyer, Kieran Foran making his way to the sheds.
Yeah, it'll be that left hamstring, so that's disappointing for him, but it's an opportunity for Brandon Wakeham to make his debut for the club. He'll be in the halves.
Cronulla out to the 40-metre line. So Brendan Wakeham is out there for the Dogs, replacing Kieran Foran. He played juniors for the Chester Hill Hornets, and one of Canterbury's greatest of all time played for that junior club, of course, Terry Baba Lamb. Johnson through one. Johnson around another. Johnson gets the ball away. Townsend gets it back to Johnson. Johnson then, he beats another. Oh, this is him. This is Sean Johnson. Now he kicks, and Dugan can't get there. Tries to flick it back, but it goes forward and into the perimeter fencing. Johnson.
Oh, when he's in a mood. How good is he to watch? Been about 10 players there.
Deserved a better finish.
The idea was right. He looked up, and just the execution of that kick. Brendan Wakeham, watching him play at Rep Round last weekend. Big win from Fiji against Lebanon. He had a really good game.
I might have given you a bum steer there. It's Brandon, not Brendan, apparently. My apologies if I steered you down the...
Brandon.
It's Brandon.
Okay.
I just set a trap for you, that's all. So I'm sorry you fell into it.
So do we stay away from Braden, Hanlon-Ueli in the movement?
Yes. Let's amplify the mistake a little bit more. Here's Sue. And was there a touch there? It's back down with Cogger. And he's tackled just outside the 20-metre line.
Backing himself, the Dogs. A lot of offloads.
He's playing all right, this young fellow, Cogger.
He is, isn't he?
Wateni Zalesniak is Hopewadi. Got away from Morris. Morris pursues and makes the tackle on the scrum line. 10 metres out from the in goal. Now for Cogger again. He puts the kick into the corner, occupied by Fecky, and Fecky brings it down safely and runs to the 20.
In the centre, Sisaya.
So Fecky getting his job done well.
They got good protection. And the men around him got there early, so there's no escorting involved.
Moylan on halfway. Townsend looks at Graham, takes the tackle. Jackson, one of them, Leisha the other. Woods, then out to Moylan, on it goes. This is Hamlin-Ueli. He's inside the 20 by a metre. Brayley for Gallen. Gallen for Johnson. Why wouldn't you go to Johnson? Here he is swivelling and trying to get out. He's 2 metres out from the line. It comes from Nakora, goes to Townsend, and he gets the kick in, but Hopewadi's in the right place again. Can he get back? Yes, he does.
Well, that's an indication that Cronulla are off. They had every right to keep Will Hopewadi in the in-goal area there. It was an earlier kick, it was on the 4th tackle.
He got the count wrong, Chad Townsend. He thought it was the 5th play.
Meany. Woods and Brayley making the tackle. Sue. Strong run. Here's Cogger. Woods getting there just a tad late. Moylan giving it to Sherry. 6 tries in his last 4 games.
Well, he's wasted on the wing. Wingers in the modern game are just like front rowers. I think they've got to put the young man right centre, outside Sean Johnson. That's where a lot of the ball's going today. One-on-one strip.
Half an hour gone in the game. Ogden, 30 out. So it's a penalty going to Canterbury. Too long in the tackle. Canterbury off the boot of Cogger. Just taking the tap rather than finding the line. So the first tackle is on the 20-metre line. Leisha goes to... Cogger is squashed by Graham. So Ogden again. Going to get it up to the 10-metre line. Met there by 3 of the Sharks. Woods was down low. And away it comes to Cogger. He turns it in for Hopewadi. William will play the ball at 14-0 in favour of his side. So Leisha across the park, getting it away to Wakeham, and it's gone on to Montoya. So Meaney's pass is high to Wakeham and taken on the boot by Moylan, and Moylan is able to get it outside the 20-metre line. It was a horrible pass to young Wakeham. Opened him right up for a target.
Yeah, and with him having to reach so high and be so deep, everybody's offside from the chase. So Matt Moylan was able to trap it with his foot and make up another 20 metres comfortably.
So played by Sherry. Woods crossing the halfway.
He's lost it. Yeah.
He's got a penalty.
No. Wait there.
So the ruling has been stealing the ball. And Townsend will find the line here on the western side of the ground at ANZ Stadium. July 10, of course, waiting for the decider, which probably will pack this place. Here's Moylan getting a ball away. Dugan. Inside 20. And then from Johnson, it's come to Woods again. So Cronulla, they got one ready. Got one in them, and here's Townsend Johnson. Wonderful piece of football. Didn't quite work. Morris to play it. 10 out. Played it to Sherry. Gone back through Townsend to Gallen. Paul. 5 metres out from the line. Brayley behind Woods. It's come away for Johnson. Johnson Moylan. There's a chance for Fecky, and Fecky converts it into 4 points. Ben Cummins pointing to the spot. Fecky on the end of lovely passing. Johnson playing another big part in getting them down into that zone.
It looked too easy, doesn't it? Just the speed of Johnson, gets across field, gets the outside defenders worried. Isuzu D-Max replay. I think that's the side they'll be attacking. The young half on debut, Wakeman. They'll be sending some traffic that side.
I also think Montoya can struggle as a defensive centre as well. Hasn't played a lot of football there.
Yeah, that was Mooney's tackle. Nick Mooney was back and passive. He had to be up and in and trying to shut the play off. That was too easy on the outside.
And again on the back of a penalty. So many tries in the modern game come on the back of penalties. Aaron Woods, I thought it was a pretty ordinary carry, but the call went his way in regards to being stripped of the football. And the Sharks are able to get their opening points on the back of that, not far from half-time.
So the kick is a difficult one for Sean Johnson. Just clearing some advertising from behind him. And he's at the junction of the 20-metre line and the eastern touchline.
We've seen a couple of sides so far this weekend, Ray, that have scored tries just before half-time that have proved crucial. Melbourne Storm Brody Croft, they went in 12 all after being certainly on the wrong end of possession in that first half. And then Parramatta, who were played off the paddock for the opening half hour, got 2 just before the half-time break. And this might be the spur Cronulla needed.
That's what he's confronted by, Johnson. 14-4 currently, and it's going wide. We'll take a break.
Unsuccessful score remains 14-4. Canterbury leading. A reminder the earlier game today, Canterbury winners in the Canterbury Cup. 40 points on the lead and now on top of the table in the Canterbury Cup.
Just make sure we're behind here. Time you run.
Possession in favour of Canterbury, 59%. Thursday night football at Wynn, Wollongong, live from 7:30. Dragons meet Melbourne. And then Friday night, the Tigers play the Roosters at Bankwest, Parramatta, live from 7:30. Tigers up against the Roosters. After the Tigers got the chocolates against South, now they come up against another one of the top 3.
Yeah, they'll have Origin players missing. Chad Townsend nearly slides through.
Cronulla's had 14 uses of the football as opposed to Canterbury 18. Canterbury's completed 16 of 18 and the Sharks 10 of 14. This ball going down to Lieutenant Zelezniak.
One-on-one strip. Josh Morris.
It's so common in this season of football. Off he goes, Josh Morris. 5 metres out from the line. Cronulla about to visit that northern try line again, perhaps. Gallen in an upright tackle.
Just give the ball to Sean Johnson. Just throw it to him.
Here's Brayley getting it to Townsend. Drops it back in for Morris. And Josh will play the ball again. 5 metres out. That's tackle 3. Johnson's on the right side, and it's Townsend giving it to him. And then it's Nakora who bangs the ball down and appeals for a try.
Checking for a strip, eh?
Got to be short, surely.
Was there a strip, I heard the referee say?
Have tackle 4, mate. No try.
No try.
Can you confirm that's a loose carry? There's a knock on there, please. Just check for a possible strip.
So what the referee is talking about will be exemplified on this replay. And
Corey Harawira-Naera has played at the ball. It is a 2 in the tackle strip. We're just playing on at the moment.
So this could be a try if Sean Johnson gets there first.
No, I think that
he's called play
Sean
on.
Johnson picks the ball up cleanly and grounds the ball. We have a decision.
Yeah, he's going to overrule Ben Cummins.
Yeah,
it's a strip.
The deliberate strip, Harawira-Naera.
And Johnson is awarded a try after a really strong performance by Nakora. From where I was watching, I thought he might have banged it down on the line, but Harawira-Naera has stolen the ball. And Johnson gets there to score the try. So the try is there for Cronulla. They've made some amends for a very lacklustre start in the last 5 minutes.
Well, the Bulldogs will feel as though the halftime score is no reflection of the way that they played in regards to the opposition. This could be 14-10. It's a skinny lead of 4 if there are no further points scored in the remaining 2 minutes on what we've seen.
Well, the way they've opened up the last 5 minutes, there could be more points coming for half-time. So much room around the ruck, just rolling forward the Sharks, and then on the back of that, their right side, Johnson than Nakora.
So Johnson 10 metres in on the 20-metre line now. Same angle as before, practically. This one again, he's pushed it wide.
The conversion unsuccessful. Score remains Canterbury leading 14 points to 8 inside the final 2 minutes in this opening half.
Just wait for that whistle again, Nick. Don't overrun it here. Time on.
So we've got just under 2 minutes of the first half remaining as Nick Meaney kicks off for the Dogs.
I'm a bit like Kevin Walters here. Surely there's someone in the side who can kick the ball deeper and higher and longer than Nick Meaney. Each one of the restarts or the kicks we've had from halfway, the Sharks, they're catching it between the 10 and the 20, getting way up their line early as Sean Johnson comes up with an error with 1:20 to go.
Well, the pass was on here. Paul Gowan realises someone's coming out of the line to put a big shot on Gowan. He looks up, Harawira Naira, and just tips it on. If Johnson was aware there, they had a real opportunity on the outside. Smart play there from Gowan. Just his man on the outside wasn't ready.
Darren.
Yeah, as expected, Kieran Foran, he won't be back today. Hamstring.
He's having an awful run, isn't he? With injuries, I'm talking about. So Canterbury have got just under a minute to try and do something positive, and it is Sue playing a 10 out. Now Cogger goes back looking for Remus Smith, who's almost away. Try line is there for you to see as it goes long. Torpedo ball away, and going to ground is Ogden. 5 metres away from the line. Here's Cogger, goes for a drop goal. Charged down by Brayley. Play on, says the referee. 6 more tackles. And Wakeham gets the ball back on the inside for Tolman.
Take it again.
So Cogger rolls it in. Morris has a grab at it, but it's gone dead. And that will be half time. It's 14-8 for Dean Pay's Canterbury Bulldogs, who it seems like just a blink ago were leading 14-0. But 14-8 as a result of a couple of tries scored by Cronulla. And welcome back. Bulldogs 14, Sharks 8. With 40 minutes of football remaining, Britton Nakora on camera made his first grade debut and his test debut, all in a space of 3 months. He's playing great football, but he played his first game for Cronulla in round 1 this year and his first test last weekend for New Zealand.
And on the other side of the equation, as we see an iced up Kieran Foran, man in the background there, Reece Martin, just obscured now. He was named in the 17. There was a withdrawal from this game, and it's reported that he's been granted an immediate release to leave the Bulldogs and join Leeds in the English Super League. Played 11 games this season, Reece Martin. He had a wonderful year for them last year. He was goal-kicking back rower.
Really surprises me. He's got a lot to offer.
And it's today June 30, is it?
Yeah, it is.
So the deadline is tonight.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, does that translate to British football, that same deadline? I guess that's the reason why it was stamped urgent. Well, we've had a strange old game here with the Dogs leading 14-0, and then in the last 6 minutes, Cronulla piled on 2 tries, 14-8. So which Cronulla team has come out for this sector of the game?
And as Ogden brings the ball back, it's an unusual one, Ray. Reece Martin, he holds the record for the most amount of points scored in a beaten side. Just got over 20 in one game there with a couple of tries and 6 or 7 goals that was on the losing side. Probably an unwanted stat, but a pretty good individual performance.
He probably had a few more opportunities than other players in other clubs, given Canterbury's record. They've only won the 3 matches this season. And here's Cogger. Keeps it fairly low and it bounces up friendly for Moylan. And Moylan put on the human chair and taken back to the 20-metre line. Now for Sherry. Cronulla, interestingly, they've only lost once back-to-back games. The 11 is Nakora. He's not an overly large player, but he's very talented. And here's Aaron Woods up on the 40-metre line. At Canterbury's end, Johnson.
In the middle.
He reminded us in one exhibition in that first half of things that he can do.
Last one, hold it.
Bring it in.
Bring it in 10.
Just bring it in 10.
A lot of traffic will come down their right side for the Sharks, aiming a lot of runners at the young man making his debut. Brandon Wakeman? Brandon.
Wakeham. Yeah.
You see him there in dummy half. Pretty small man. So there's a lot of traffic coming this way this afternoon, but watch the play after they find it. You get the quick play of the ball. It's what you do after.
Reema Smith taking the play up towards halfway for Canterbury-Bankstown. And that's Hopewadi, who got the first try off a beautiful kick from Kieran Foran. He left a very big imprint on the game, Kieran, before he had to go off with a hamstring problem again. The kick across for Hopewadi was pinpoint.
Michael Leisha.
Then he broke off a lovely pass into the clear and sent Wateni Zelezniak away for a try. Darren.
Yeah, just a further update on Kieran. The word coming out of the Bulldogs was it's just a slight strain. They got the bye next week, so they're pretty hopeful he won't miss a game.
They've got a bye next week. Darren is right, and then they're away to the Newcastle Knights. Here's Woods. And getting the pass away to Ueli, Hamlin Ueli. Play near the halfway, centre ground. Moylan. Sue comes over the top. Leisha underneath. They go to the blind side for Townsend to put it up. And Dallin Wateni Zelezniak brings it out 15. Hopewadi to dummy half. Nick Meaney is with the ball. Hamlin, Ueli and Aaron Woods, a couple of the big boppers put him to ground. Hopewadi.
It's been a good stint from Woods. I don't know how long John Morris will keep him out there, but he's got plenty of involvement. Good carries. There he is. Nice contact there. He's going to be penalised for not getting back to 10.
10 metres, Aaron.
So good involvement.
10 metres, you.
Canterbury, in their 14 matches, have played 11 of them in daylight conditions. Of course, we start Sunday football at 4 o'clock Eastern. The light, of course, the lights needing to be turned on in the depth of winter. But now 12 from 15 daylight games for Canterbury. So Cogger a dummy half. Jackson running at Gallen, and Hamlin Ueli is in there as well. Leisha across and looking. Wakeham. That's a beautiful piece of handling by Awira Naira. Now for Ogden, backing it up to the 20-metre line. Leisha wanting a call. Tolman runs a decoy. Suasu Su, that's another good run from him. Very strong. 5 metres out. Away it comes to Hallowell Naira, and he's short. 5 gone though. He's come up with a knock on.
Yeah, he called Suaso Su, isn't he, having a game? He's a really underrated player, Suaso Su.
Okay, hang on, hand to the trainer here, the 5'8". Benny.
Wake him. You got to whack him back play after he passed that ball. It was a loose carry.
Seconds, locks, heads in. There's no cock, guys, all heads in.
You would have played with John Morris at Newcastle. Joey, going back, did you see him as a future coach?
No way in the world. Played over 300 games, Johnny. Played pretty much everywhere he was in Newcastle. Played wing, in the halves, bit of dummy half, lock. Didn't see him as a coach.
He played 300 exactly. So Cronulla out to the 40-metre line.
Is that Valentine Holmes?
Yes.
Up in the box there, looking very American. Look, his hat's not fitting right. He's got his little brother's hat on.
So it's gone along the line to Wade Graham. He flick passes on the inside for Josh Morris. And he's put down 25 metres out from the line. In fact, you're talking about Valentine Holmes. I was reading today where his wife, they were talking about body shape, and she said, your bum has got bigger.
Oh, that's right.
I think we're talking crusher tackle here. Penalty against Josh Jackson.
Can we have a look at that hat again? I'm intrigued by the way it's sitting on top of his head. There it is.
12 metres out from the Canterbury line. Cronulla looking for their third. Johnson, it's gone away to Dugan. And that's how close he is. Josh, long ball from dummy half down low. Johnson, Hamlin-Ueli with the ball. And eventually finding the ground. Taken down by Leisha. And then Brayley is tackled by his opposite number. Unable to get rid of the ball. They come back to the right for Johnson again. And he goes to ground, realising his efforts were in vain. The ground was the safest place to go. So to the blind side for Moylan. He dribbles one in, gets a second kick on it. Dived on by Dugan. And Cronulla have got that number 3.
Yeah, just keen to see where Dugan is in relation to Johnson when he gets the second kick.
Tackle 1. I have try. Yeah, just more concerned with that second kick as well. Outside.
Off the first kick, Matt Moylan, everyone is onside on the right. The ball is played out by the Bulldogs. He's then kicked again by Matt Moylan. Josh Dugan is
tight.
He looks okay to me.
Yeah.
He's onside. We're playing on.
Beware of the second kick, Peter.
And Josh Dugan grounds the ball. We have a decision.
It was a good result in the end. It's a really difficult kick to perform those short side kicks close to the line, because the defence is so tight. They get a result from it.
And a lot of times that second kick is kicked too hard, so Matt Moylan's actually done a really good job to keep it in the field of play. Darren.
Yeah, well, short side kicks are always hard to defend. The fullback would have been on the other side, marking Townsend. But Johnson, we see the try. Well done by Dugan. But Johnson, you see the play before that, he was pretty smart because he went behind one of his own attackers. And if he had thrown the pass, it would have been a penalty. But he goes to ground. Here it is here. he knows if he passes it there, it's probably going to be penalised for a shepherd, but he goes to ground, concedes. That gives him an opportunity. And Moylan does really well down the short side. Again, the fullbacks will be over on the other side of the field getting ready for a Townsend kick. No one at home, except for Dugan.
Yeah, with so many of those block plays in the game, we get a lot of those players running in behind. Once you're deemed to have taken any advantage, the penalty is awarded, and that's why players now just drop to the ground into a voluntary tackle, Ravs.
Yes. So Johnson to equalise, but it's wide again.
The conversion unsuccessful. Now the Bulldogs lead 14 points to 12.
Oh, he's just on a semester
Brandon, just wait for the whistle, mate.
that they take in the NFL for this part of the
Time
year.
on. Yeah, okay, Brandon.
So welcome back to Sunday football.
The kickoffs have been really poor, haven't they?
Yeah.
They went 30 metres.
Well, that wasn't Meany on that occasion. That was young Wakem.
What's the ball?
Well, he's ruled that Wade Graham has lost the ball.
Okay, clock's on.
So this is going to give Canterbury...
Hobble's hand in there.
No wonder he had a look of dejection, Wade Graham.
Who's your money on this far out? Sterlo?
I think Cronulla win,
15
Joey.
seconds. Heads in, Matt.
Yeah, I think the fact they were so close at half-time and got points in the second half, still got a long way to go in this game. These are the kind of matches they just win.
Arawira Naira running off an inside ball, dropped Louis' stomach there by Wakem. Now for Sue. And Soaso will play the ball 15 out. With Canterbury running towards the northern end in this half. And here's a light-stepping Cogger. A couple of metres away from the line. Leisha. Having a look around. Going out to the first to Sue, and then to Ogden, then Wakem. And it's come out the back to DWZ, and it's gone away to Montoya. Drops it on the ground, picked up by Johnson. Turns defence into attack. And he'll play the ball 20 out.
Yeah, it's well defended there by the Sharks. They used the sideline to their advantage. In the end, the Dogs just had to throw the ball back in before they went over the sideline. And Sean Johnson was the man close. It's Fecky now, over the 40.
Jason Bakuya is out there now for Cronulla, I note. The ball is going out to an overlap over there. It's Moylan with the ball. Didn't quite reach the hands of the overlap, but it's Townsend coming back to Woods. And Aaron going to ground on the 20-metre line. Canterbury's end, played by Woods. Townsend at first, Johnson at second. Another little kick in behind.
Yeah, that's what I've got.
Yeah, it's off Meany.
Dead off Canterbury.
All up back here, mate.
What a beautiful kick. Full pace. Used his speed to get across the field to find a gap in the defensive line, and then perfect touch. He has got so much class, Sean Johnson.
He won the Golden Boot in that year I'm talking about, Four Nations year, 2014. Best player in the world. And having watched him in that final, I don't think anybody was arguing, Pete.
Never thought I'd see him play for any other club but the Warriors.
Yeah.
So it was a complete shock. But what a signing not made, will prove to be for the Cronulla side.
So Aaron Woods, 18 away from the Canterbury line as they build again. Cronulla, Townsend. Oh, yeah. What a perfect pass at the perfect time.
Well, the Dogs are complaining. The Dogs don't like it.
He catches on the outside, and the defender makes a defensive
It's about the
decision.
catch.
He catches on the outside.
Right.
Ash.
Knife through butter, Sherry.
Tackle 3.
We'll go and see if he had any
Try.
help.
Can you check for a possible obstruction there, please?
Akuya on the outside of Johnson. To Townsend. Well, they'll claim that Nakora stops Wakeham an opportunity to get at Sherry.
Well, as you catch the ball behind Nakora, he had to come back in the gap between Harawira.
Nakora runs directly at Brandon Wakeham and denies his ability to come forward and defend the play. We have a decision.
So they're going to turn it down.
Well, he missed his assignment there, Nakora. He had to run at the gap between number 20 Wakeham and Harawira Naira. Just lazy on his line running there.
We're taking the information and we make a decision.
It's a nice play.
Just wait there, Brendan.
Well, it's nice play against up and in defence.
Yeah.
You meant Montoya comes flying out of the line. All eyes on Matt Moylan. And then he appears late. Bronson Sherry. It's a move that you see the Brisbane Broncos use often with Corey Oates coming on that line.
This is Napa. Elliott is on the park as well.
Well, it's a tight scoreline at the moment, Ray. We had a golden point game earlier on. The Penrith Panthers, I think, at 5 in a row. They beat the Warriors with James Maloney again, proving a match winner, kicking a field goal.
Leisha. Elliott. Strong runner of the football. Adam Elliott. South Coast product. Jackson puts a kick in. It rolls over the sideline, some 17 metres out from the try line. Dean Pay would have been thinking at the start of this match, what's going on here? 14-0 our way. 14-12 now. State of Origin Game 3 here, July 10. Live and exclusive on 9 from 7. And if you haven't got your ticket yet, you should do it fairly soon, because I think you'll find they'll fill ANZ Stadium.
Leave it clear. Hold there.
So Cronulla coming away with a scrum win. And playing the ball, Bakuya back on his own 20. This is Hamlin Ueli. Banged into the ground by Dylan Napa. Now Aaron Woods, taken by Leisha. And Elliott on the 40-metre line. Brayley runs. And he carries the ball for 12 metres. Back now for Townsend. He's a classy player, isn't he, Chad Townsend? He's played, you're talking about James Maloney, he's played with him and alongside him, of course.
Premiership together?
That's right. So Meany is with the ball and taken back to the 10-metre line. Wakeham. That's Montoya. 14-12. 15 minutes gone in the second half. Canterbury desperate to avoid the wooden spoon. And of course, Cronulla, as I said at the top of the telecast, they'd be keen to improve their differential in quite a tight battle, I'm supposing, to make the top 4. Melbourne kicking well clear of the others in the tournament. But there still looks to be a chance to make the top 4. And Cronulla, their differential is very poor compared to the Raiders, the Knights, and the Eagles.
Come back for a restart for the Cronulla side with that penalty. It's remarkable that after 15 rounds, the Melbourne Storm find themselves 6
there's one
points
in the
in
previous
front.
set, you're slow as well. So.
3 wins clear
Okay.
at the half-line mark.
If it's any consolation for Roosters supporters, that Adelaide game, the loser has won the last 2 grand finals, if memory serves me correctly.
They bombed some chances, didn't they, the Roosters? It's a drop ball.
So he's
going forward.
He's ruled a knock on
There we go, mate.
against Jason Bakuya. Jason Bakuya played for Fiji last weekend. Darren.
Yeah, just on the Bulldogs, they made 14 offloads in the first half. This half so far, they've only had 2. They're only 2 points in front. I know they'll need to score another try at least if they're to win this. I think they need to go back to look at some second phase footy.
Smith. Jackson. Remus Smith, according to Ben Cummins, was holding on to Josh Morris rather than vice versa. He would have you believe, Remus. Tolman playing game 250 today. Away from Wakeham, it's gone to Elliott. Elliott came back, had some thoughts of passing. Goes to ground on 5. 35 out from the line. Wakeham along the line. Potter. Getting under it is Moylan. No! The Zalesny are clashing. They've restarted the tackle count here. So Canterbury with a chance. Tolman. Leisha. Now for Elliott. That clash between Moylan and Watene Zalesny might be worth going back to have a look at that when we get a chance.
Yeah, well, they've got the ball back now. That was a terrible attempted offload from Dylan Napa. Second tackle, forced to pass.
So Brayley is trapped. I'm just wondering.
They've been penalised all year, haven't they?
Yeah, I just think to myself, I don't think DWZ was contesting. He just took the legs of Moylan. It should have been a penalty. Anyway, it's Dugan getting this ball away, and they've gone to the halfway with Graham. He unloads for Sherry, comes off the left foot, gets away from a couple, and then pulled down around the bootlaces. 35 metres out. Townsend showed it to Wood, went behind Pryor, gone to Johnson, and Johnson will play the ball. 38 out, 15 in from the western side. Pryor at the 30-metre line. Johnson came down to Watene Zalesny, who knocks on.
Watch him.
Yeah, he'd be disappointed with that one. Some really good cover. Does he take his eyes off the ball? This is a standard easy take. Doesn't get his elbows in. Goes straight through.
They'll do well to hang on here. Canterbury, that could be a real turning point in this game. Thought they frittered possession at the other end. Like I say, the Napa offload early on, it just showed no patience whatsoever. All of a sudden, the Sharks are down the other end with an error from the opposing fullback.
So Cronulla in the ascendancy at the moment. Graham Moylan comes in. He's taken over there by Hopewadi. Got some help from Remus Smith. Played then by Matt Moylan, and it's come away for Bakuya. And Jason will play the ball that far from the line. Here's Brayley going back, in fact, to get a pass away to Johnson. Johnson gets it on, and it's Fecky who's tackled. So third tackle gone. Dugan dummy half. Terrible pass. It's gone out now to Matt Pryor. And Pryor,
He's only dropped this ball.
he's lost the ball.
There's a little bobble, Matt.
It's amazing how words become popular. Ben Cummins, he's got bobble now.
How big does a bobble have to be? Because he said it was just a little bobble. Is there any difference between a big one and a little one? Or?
I don't know. You'd have to ask Gus.
How far does a bobble have to be before it goes from a little to a big one?
Darren.
Yeah, just on Ben Cummins. Today's his 350th game, which is second only to the great Bill Harrigan. So a couple of milestones out there today. One for Ben as well.
Here's Smith. Tolman, 30 metres out from his own line. Canterbury clinging on to a 2-point lead. Elliott held by Johnson and Woods. Wateni Zeleznia just a little bit short of the halfway. Cogger gets a lot of power into those low trajectory kicks, doesn't he?
Well, this game's just asking for someone to stand up and take control.
Canterbury winning that battle. Josh Morris. So Canterbury really muscling up on this set. Moylan, Johnson.
Well, if Cronulla are to get up and win this one, it does appear as though Sean Johnson is the man. His ability to skip on the outside of players and create something on the outside. They've scored 3 tries to 2. They just haven't been able to kick a goal.
Woods. Out to Townsend. Townsend for Graham. Graham's inside the 40. Plays it 35 out. This is the last. And Townsend puts it through the hands. Moylan with the ball. Now it's to Johnson. Skips across a tackle. Puts a grubber in, looking for his right wing, but he's well back, Fecky. And Canterbury have come away with the ball. Wateni Zeleznia passes in the face of goal. Remus Smith away to Montoya. And they'll play the ball 10 metres out from their own line. Smith again. Hopper 14-12 with 15 to go now. Napa cut down by the 17 who's out there now, Kurt Capewell. So Canterbury bringing it down the middle, 40 metres out from their own line. And this is the last. And Wakeham drives it down and finds the line at the 20-metre junction, a little bit inside that perhaps.
That's a good kick. I don't mind that at all, winding the clock down, giving the football away to the opposition at the other end of the field. Kurt Capel out there in 17. He's been a part of the Queensland Origin squad for the first 2 matches. They are to make changes for game 3. He might just be a bolter.
What do you think they'll do if Ponga doesn't play at fullback? Do you think they'll put Michael Morgan back there?
Well, they've got a few options, don't they? Moses Mbai is another choice there, but I would think Michael Morgan the fullback.
Scrum just inside the 20. Exclusively live. The Origin decider on July 10th. The Logies tonight.
He'll play, sure.
Oh, he's going to look after that leg. Got to think about Newcastle. Think about Newcastle, Cameron.
Moylan. In fact, it's Pryor. Capewell. Townsend. Lukuga. Drops it back. And Capewell was there in support. And then he carries the ball for about 20 metres. Very handy. And here's Townsend putting on the acceleration. 25 away from the Canterbury line. Was that a double dip there by the defence? Johnson.
Nice tackle.
He pushes away from Chris Smith, the lock.
That's poor.
And that's the end of the tackle count. So it didn't threaten like it was on offer. It looked to be a golden opportunity for the Sharks.
They'll accept that with glee, the Bulldogs.
They hang on. 2 points in front. Looking to break a 4-loss sequence and looking to win their 4th game only for the year.
They're doing a bit better than hanging on. It's a good set, this one. Meaning now, there's 15 metres he's picked up.
Hopewadi for a run. Gets it down to 30. 5. So we look for the kickers now. Wakeham. Down into the corner. Down there for Sherry. And he comes speeding out to the 20.
Can they get him more ball? Even maybe move him to fullback. Every time he gets the ball and he breaks the defensive line, he's just wasted on the wing. Here he goes again. The acceleration, footwork.
Townsend showing it, then eventually to Johnson. Now to Moylan. Moylan with a no-look pass that went forward anyway.
He wasn't even looking.
That's what I thought I just said.
No, it's just an echo.
Oh,
that
was shocking.
Such a poor bit of play. Where's your header?
It's got a lot to offer, the no-looker.
Well, the thing is that it doesn't disguise anything to the defender anyway. He's just there. He's not changing his decision just because the man carrying the football isn't looking at him.
Jim Demick and John Morris. It's like to be a fly in the wall. What are they saying about the no-looker? That's Josh Jackson under there.
Well, the one thing Cronulla generally are in these games, penalty here.
Yeah, Pryor rakes the ball. It's a cheap penalty.
They tend to be patient, but that's not evident at the moment.
Well, there didn't seem to be a great deal of resistance from the bloke with the football. The very likeable Josh Jackson, but he drew the penalty anyway. It's a captain's penalty.
They're saying he's a milker.
Yeah. I don't know if they got any dairy cattle up there, but he's trained well. Here's Chris Smith, 15 out, and Leisha comes to the open side for Wakeham. Now Naira back to Wakeham again. Brad Fiddler has got a big rap on this kid. Playing in jumper 20 for Canterbury today in his debut match. And that's Elliott. Got it away. It's gone on from Smith to Cogger. Jackson gets it on to Hopewadi. He'll play the ball 8 metres out from the line. 4 tackles gone for Canterbury as it comes away to Cogger again. Now for Napa, and pushing and shoving and eventually taking the tackle. Almost a wasted play. 15 out. They come away to Wakeham again. He puts it little kick in, but it bounces very favourably for Sean Johnson. He plays it 10 out from his own line. A run here for Fecky. He bounces away from 3 of them and eventually is run down on the 30-metre line. Good run by the right winger Here's Capewell.
Well, in that position, that's where your halves have to stand up. Fecky got his nose through around 20 metres, played the ball fast, and then just another hitter. And then once again, just another hitter. This is where the halves, you've got to play when you're tired. You can't be resting.
Jack Williams. Pryor. Behind Bakuya. Townsend. He's taken down. 22 metres out from the line. One-handed pickup by Moylan. He loses it. It was a big tackle.
Turns over.
It was a huge tackle.
Marks here, guys.
By
Here it
Leisha.
is.
And Matt Moylan, he was absolutely swamped by the tackle of Leisha. Townsend had made a good run. And that's the tackle on Moylan. This is Napa. This is the end where you probably want him to finish up with the ball, not like up the other end, 15 out on the fifth tackle. Jack Williams making that tackle together with Capewell.
His last involvement, Ray Aidan Tolman, going into the game now to try and steer his side home.
Well, you'd like to think that he's out there if they are going to win on a day, a milestone day for any player. 250. Cogger taken down by Graham and Bakuya. And we're looking at the last tackle now. Wakeham goes very high with this kick, and Fecky does brilliantly. Blue and white jumpers streaming down onto him. But Fecky equal to the task. Dugan. 20-metre line for Josh. Johnson, Moylan. Well, you'd have to think it's one of them, Moylan or Johnson, is going to pluck this out of the fire. And Graham, of course, over there, reminding me that, hey, I'm here too. And Townsend now. So 6 minutes of time for Cronulla to snatch victory or Canterbury to hang on.
And that was just a wasted play, just throwing the ball wide to Jason Bakuya, who lost
tackle.
He's just a bit shaken.
Last tackle.
Canterbury, of course, 2 points on the ladder behind the Titans, 8 and 6 respectively.
Yes. Some heavy contact with the head and ground there for Jason Bakuya. Doing things right at the moment, Ravs, the Dogs.
Well, they won't go away, Peter, that's for sure.
Well, the clock's winding down as Jason leaves the field, and Amanueli will come back in. He's capable of going forward and finding an offload.
It's
Okay, last one.
bordering on dangerous play, slamming a player down like that. Oh, look out.
Oh,
It's gone out.
Wow.
It's gone out on the full.
Wow.
Just try hold it up there, mate.
And all of that time, the break in play, and you come up with that.
Hey, Ziggy.
You see the ball drop. Too much distance between letting the ball go and the foot contacting. You see the ball twisted and hit the foot at the right angle.
So Canterbury back on the attack. 38 metres out from the line. A short side play for Cogger. Coming back in as Hopewati. 28 metres out now. Finding Leisha. Now Tolman. Tolman running out towards Elliott. Leisha again, going back to Cogger. That's a forward pass. Apparently it wasn't.
Made a good finish here, the Dogs.
Leisha at the 10-metre line. Cogger. It's now with Hopewadi. Shovels the ball back to the winger, Smith. Now it's come back for Jackson to kick. Johnson, he'll get back.
Penalty here.
Play there. Time out.
Check the level of force from Jack Williams on Jack Cogger. Thanks, mate.
We're going to have a Canterbury penalty.
So at the moment, I've got penalty
Wade,
on report.
keep it quiet.
Hey, I'm the captain. I'm asking some questions.
Yeah, you're not asking a question.
Sorry.
Penalty.
That's a good finish to the set. It's that Jack Williams tackle.
Mate, it's a level of force in that tackle.
That's a head clash.
On report. Just hold there, mate. Time is out. Time's off. Hold here.
So Jack Williams on report for the level
Right
of
here.
force in the tackle on Jack Cogger. I was wondering probably about that rule when there was a tackle on Jason Bakuya. Here's Townsend. Now Elliott. Well, we've got 4 minutes to go. Second tackle only for Canterbury. Leisha for Tolman. And Aiden up against the uprights. Leisha goes for a barge over try. Held up.
Tackle 4, Michael Leisha. Tackle 4. Go.
So Cronulla's online defence
Wait there, Michael.
Michael, wait there.
diffusing the attempt from Michael Leisha, who's been strong today.
Yeah, he did well. Matt Moylan here is Adam Elliott.
5 metres out from the line, Canterbury. Leisha again for an attempt at a barge over try. That's the end of the tackle count.
Well, they've got 98 metres to go. The Sharks, time running out. Josh Dugan coming in to take the first carry, gets outside his own 10. A long way to the other end, and there's still plenty of energy in this Canterbury defence.
This is Williams. Out comes the ball, back to Johnson.
Oh, we got a mistake. Loose carry. That might just be the match.
It's only a small crowd, but it's a vocal home crowd for Canterbury.
Yeah, Jack Williams going in, and it's Wakeham. He's been able to release the football, and that's ruled to have been a loose carry.
Well, did he try
It's a thin
to
line, isn't it?
Yeah.
Especially when you go back to a try being scored from a strip.
So Leisha feeding the scrum, and a long ball to Cogger. Short by comparison to Jackson. Cogger in a dummy half, looking for a runner. Tolman obliges. 18 out from the line. Leisha to the blind side for Cogger.
Geez, a big game. Number 7 for Canterbury.
Tolman again. So Cogger working with Hopewadi over there. So that's 5.
The only thing they can't do is kick the ball dead.
Under 2 minutes to go now. Cogger, a grubber kick and taken brilliantly there by Williams.
Oh no, he's under the
speed.
posts.
They're not closing. He's gone inside the 30.
Here they come.
Here they come now. They've got him. They've got him 5 metres out.
And numbers to the left. There's a penalty coming. No, go to the left.
So Johnson offloading for Woods.
Still on there.
Woods gets it away to Townsend. He puts a kick in behind Hopewadi, who deflects the ball.
It's play on.
Canterbury have got the ball in goal.
Goal line drop.
That's not way there.
It's a goal line dropout, I think.
I think they have to have a look at this.
Offside.
No, we're going straight to the line dropout.
Goal line.
Well, Williams over the first 20
Go on the
metres,
clock
I
line.
thought that he had the speed to get away. He just got tired late. He had a good lead, but then the speedsters ran him down. Remus Smith from the far side converged. Soti Montoya. Keen to have a look at this. The kick goes through. Now, Hopewadi plays it into the leg. Oh, it's a Canterbury player who regathers.
So,
45 seconds.
exactly. Hamlin Ueli, 28 out. Cronulla, can they pinch it? Here it is with Johnson. Johnson gets rid of one, but then
Sideline.
the cavalry arrive. They think they put him into touch, but the touchy, he has
It's an error. It's an error, Ray.
There's a mistake.
Yep.
That's a knock on against Cronulla. And the Canterbury crowd, they rise. There's not many of them, but they rise with their approval.
And it's a deserved win. They've been really good. They started the game strong. The Cronulla side surged back in just before half-time, and Cronulla will say, well, we scored 3 tries to 2, but that's a wonderful victory. Few and far between, just 4 for the season so far, but they worked hard for this one, did the Canterbury Bulldogs.
Well, they gave away a mountainous start. Cronulla, I think they felt confident they could run them down. I think in commentary we might have sounded confident they would run them down as well.
I thought they'd come home, the Sharks, with the strike power they have out there, but I thought they lacked a bit of patience there, sort of 10 minutes out from full time. And Canterbury, they were good. They were energetic to start the game, and they've finished the same way.
So we'll take you down to the ground in just a moment. Darren is right in the middle of a very happy Canterbury, quite obviously. They've broken that sequence of 4 losing games in a row, and they've won their 4th game of the year. And they now join the Titans at the bottom of the table on 8 points.